Hi, my name is Paula Staples and I work for the University of Florida IFAS, Hillsborough County Extension. I'm the Florida Friendly Landscaping Public Education Program Coordinator, but my main focus is irrigation. And today we're at someone's home who's been gracious enough to let us use their irrigation system to talk about and describe inefficiencies that homeowners can correct on their own. A lot of irrigation systems have best management practices that begin with design and begin with the installation. But what we're going to talk about are things that the homeowner can change and manage, and that's maintenance of the irrigation system. Okay, so here we have our homeowner has graciously agreed to turn on their irrigation system. And this very first one, this rotor, there's several inefficiencies with this rotor. The first is that it's on an angle, so the trajectory is not spraying closer to the grass, and that needs to be repositioned. The second thing is it looks like it's been hit below, or it's coming apart below, because there's a leak that you can't see. Now, leaks can be caused by several different things, and sometimes the seal between the spray head and the spray body can be leaking, so that could be possible here. But the real thing we're looking at here is blocked vegetation, and the spray head trajectory is also spraying on a hard driveway, and that is a huge waste of water. I mean, irrigation systems use a lot of water, and when you do not have the spray head spraying where you want the water applied, then you're wasting water. It depends on the rotor manufacturer and the model number how adjustments for misdirected sprays can be corrected. Sometimes you need a tool, and sometimes it can be as easy as turning the top of the rotor. Now this homeowner's water is being applied where it needs to go. So this is another irrigation spray head on the same zone. As you can see, there's a leak here. This one we can actually see, but we can't really tell what caused it. You would have to remove the turf grass carefully, roll it back, and then unscrew this rotor from its position. Check out the rotor, see if there's something in between the rotor, if it's the rotor body, if it's the spray head body. And it may be just that there's a connection to the pipe that's been hit by a weed eater or an edger. The fix for this type of problem, once you've repaired the rotor, is to install a swing line which will bring it away from the edge, and then you're not constantly having to come out here to check. If you have any irrigation questions or you need irrigation assistance, call the Irrigation Society for a professional. Their number is 727-209-1595, or go to their website, www.fisstate.org. This is the inside of a rain sensor. It has a cork material inside that expands when it gets wet. The sensor, the electrical components of this rain sensor measure the amount of moisture inside the cap and then interrupt the electrical circuitry of your irrigation system and turns it off. When you want to check if your rain sensor is still working, because they really only last a couple of years and then you have to replace that material inside, you would turn your irrigation system on, and then you would use something like this attached to your hose, and you would reach way up and wet it, and then your irrigation system should go off. If you want to just check it and your rain sensor is where you can reach it, one of the things that you would do is press this button right here in the center. And if your irrigation system is on and then you press down on this button, it will interrupt the system as well, and your irrigation system should shut off. When you take your finger off the button, then your irrigation system should come back on. These are required by law and should be installed and checked every few months to make sure it's working efficiently. So here we are at the valve cover and the backflow preventer. The backflow preventer is essential for protecting your potable water supply so that if you have a problem with your irrigation system, it doesn't drain back down into your drinking water. The valve right here, this is the valve covers for the zones, and each one of these, they really need to be checked and cleaned. You know, you want to take the dirt around them off of them, and you know, you want to clean them out of stuff that might get in there and damage the connections. These go directly to your irrigation controller, the wiring. If the wiring gets damaged, it needs to be replaced. You have to put a new valve in, and it'll be skipped when your irrigation controller comes on. While you're doing that, it makes sense to take apart this is a rotor body, and this is a filter. And during the year of operation, this can get full of sediment or grit or pieces of trash, and it will slow down the water going through your spray head. This is a rotor one. It has a really nice big filter. This one right here is a filter from a stationary spray head. And this also needs to be taken out and cleaned. It's important to do this type of cleaning because it prevents clogging and it keeps the spray head area applied evenly. When water comes out, it's applied evenly. So that's why it's important to do these basic maintenance. So that about wraps it up for our irrigation system best management practices. Don't forget to do your basic maintenance that will really ensure that your system lasts a lot longer. If you have any questions, you're welcome to go to our website or feel free to call me at the Extension office.